Hello everyone and happy February. I can't believe how quickly this year is going and January is already behind us and it's officially the first week of Feb. So with every new month this year we start a new block and we are doing clinical rotations currently. So my first clinical rotation is pediatrics, which I'm super excited about because it's one of my favorites. So clinical rotations are a little bit different to our theory modules where we sit in lectures every day and study. Now we are in hospital, we are full force in hospital as third year med students, and it's now time for us to take initiative to better develop our learning and better understand disease processes, see patients, do well with our examination techniques and get those waxed really well, and just to, enjoy the journey and what we are currently doing. So this week started, we were given a roster for our 4-week block. So pediatrics for this clinical rotation is 4 weeks. So the first 2 weeks I was placed in tutorials and sort of theory modules, which is really nice. I really liked it, because in that way I'm able to go through a bit of the theory, understand a bit more of the tutorials, learn my clinical skills, in the skills lab and things before I go in and see patients. And then the last 2 weeks, we are expected to be in hospital, on ward rounds with the clinicians and the interns, and to see patients, examine the patients. So I'm very excited for that. So we were given our roster on Monday, and I thought I would just show you guys a bit of how I plan out my time and how I arrange my schedule so that I can make sense of things and get everything done that I need to. Because at the end of the module we have a test, which is the end of block test, and that counts for 80% of our grade for pediatrics, and obviously you really want to do well in that test. So I'm just trying to plan my time efficiently and effectively so that I can get the most out of this. And when I'm in hospital, I'm prepared, I know how to examine correctly, I have proper clinical skills. And so I hope you guys enjoy this video. It's just a little bit of my behind the scenes of how I plan for clinical rotations, and I hope you guys find this useful and it helps someone. So I thought I would just show you a little bit of my desk setup. So this is the roster we got given. So it's divided into week periods. So this is like week 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it tells you exactly the time that you need to be available and what you need to be doing. And then I've also just got my agenda for 2019 here. And then what I really like about it is that it has the week's overviews over 2 pages. And then it's also got this like journal section. So it's tabbed. I don't know if you can see that. So it says week to view, and then it's got the journal section. And basically the journal section you could use to journal, but I just use it for to-do lists. So like this was everything I had to do for anatomy, and then today's like introductory lecture, I just wrote down the basics of that. So I really like this because it's just got a lot of pages for journaling. And then what I've decided to do this year is to put all of my main things onto my Google Calendar. So this is my February Google Calendar, and we are over here, start of pediatrics. We finished neurology last week Thursday, and so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sit with this roster and just add all the dates into my Google Calendar. So it's here. I'm just going to add it onto my Google Calendar. So what I'm going to do now is just color code everything. So you can see on the side of my Google Calendar, I just keep multiple calendars. So I have one for travel, tasks, social, reminders, med school, church, birthdays, appointments and meetings, and then my personal calendar. So basically I just need to edit this, which I forgot to do, and just change this into my medical calendar. So it's very simple. You just add the calendar. I feel like this is turning into a tutorial of Google Calendars, but it's not. So there you have it. So if I just unselect all of my other calendars, then that is just the med calendar over there, and then I've just done that for each of the weeks. So these weeks, which is obviously the ones I said to you we have hospital, I haven't filled them in yet because we don't have the schedule for that. So currently we are just on this week and I'm just filling in what we know at the moment. So there are other things which I do need to add to this, and then this is just the brief outline for next week. So then when I go to my monthly calendar, it just looks like this, which is a little bit crazy and I don't always like it, but it's there. And then I can just add in my personal and video ideas. So then I can just add in other things that are due, social events, tasks, travel, whatever needs to be added onto this calendar. Now what I plan to do is I want to see where I have free space. So you can see this week is very relaxed, and so I'm going to be putting in a lot of extra things that I can do. So for example, from here until here I can study, and then I'm going to put in workout sessions and things like that as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that and keep you guys posted. This is what the final product looks like for now. So I've obviously got all the other things in that I've slotted in for the next 4 weeks that are preliminary, well, what was given to us in our timetable. But I plan normally 1 week at a time. So I normally do this on a Sunday. Obviously, I'm only doing this today on a Tuesday, started yesterday on the Monday. I have blocks for things. So for example, here I have all the dark blue, which are my study blocks. Green are things like dinners, lunches, and working out. And then the purple is all my med school obligations. So if I remove my personal calendar, you can see I only have the med school things on this Google Calendar, which doesn't look that bad at the moment. And then once I add the personal things in, they just color coded to make it easier for myself. And then the last thing that I need to do is just write down exactly what I need to study so that I can know exactly what to do in this allocated time period. So for example, we are on Tuesday evening now, so I'm currently in my study block. So tomorrow we have a resp and cardiac exam which I need to prepare for, so I'm going to do that tonight. And then whatever time is left over, I can then go and look and see what else I need to prepare. So that just keeps me on top of things and ensures that I get through all the work. If you just make time, you can get everything done that you want to. I hope that gave you a little insight into how I organize my calendar. I really like to make use of the block by block timing system. It just helps me stay on track and keep things organized. And I really like the fact that my Google Calendar links with my phone, so I don't have to open my laptop every time I need to see that, and I can just look on my phone for a quick reference. Just to mention, I also include the time, as you saw, and then I color code that, and then I also include the venue and as well as the lecturer. Sometimes you just need to refer back and maybe you need to see which specific lecturer or what venue your theory block is or your tutorial is at. So I just do that as well, just to mention that. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video and it was useful, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.